Sit back, strap in, and get ready for After Hours with TC Rastani. This is Abigail Harwich, executive producer, welcoming you to the show. And now, TC Rastani!
Alrighty, welcome to the After Hours of TC Rastani, the podcast emanating from the palatial podcast penthouse, and I'm here with my esteemed panel of experts. As always, we're going to run the horn and introduce him right now. I would introduce Quincy first, but he's sucking down Sicilian pizza over there.
And how tasty it is, too. It
is tasty. Look at that. Look at it. We'll have to show a picture of that somewhere down the line. Ricky Bittman, making his way back from Florida.
I'm very relaxed, TC.
Are you very relaxed?
Yes, it was a wonderful trip. 80s, 70s, the whole time I was there.
Was this on the...
Well, I will say this.
Yeah.
I didn't have to pay for my 32-ounce Guinness at Raglan Road.
Okay. Did you hear that little jingle pop in there?
She called ahead. A 32-ounce Guinness at Raglan Road cost like $36.
Well, you already had a $400 dinner at the other place in Burlington.
This was just chump change.
All right, we got Sicilian pizza. Mind you, this is damn good Sicilian pizza.
I bet it looks good. And if you're going to take a picture, I would suggest you do it quick because it's going quick.
It's going to have to go quick. You know, Quincy, while we're on the air right now, I said we're going to take a picture of it, so maybe people want to see you eating this Sicilian pizza. So hold up. A Sicilian. Hold on. Let me get my camera ready. Hold it up. I can't see anything. He's whacking his way over here.
I just try to keep the peace.
All right, hold that. You have to come right into my face for crying out loud.
We always have to fight on the holidays.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, smile. It's free pizza. All right, go back to your little perch over there. All right, thank you, Quincy.
You perch.
Would that make me a pizzarazzi?
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Better than paparazzi.
What's pizzarazzi?
Well, the paparazzi are the people, you should know them. They follow you around and take pictures of you all the time.
No, I'm pizzarazzi. What's...
It's a play on words.
So I just took pictures of you with pizza, so I'm a pizzarazzi.
Oh, all right.
You know how he does that.
You just eat your pizza over there. Crying out. It looks good, Quincy. I have a slice over here. It looks delicious. So Florida, back there.
Yeah.
You going back in February?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be going back in February for more of an extended stay. This is what we call a little nickel on the high spade, we call it.
Really?
Yeah. It's a poker term.
A poker term?
It's a little side bet.
Oh.
That's what all this was. Just a little side bet. Went down. We literally brought the good weather with us. As soon as we landed, the temperature just perked right up.
Well, when you took the good weather with you...
Guess what I left behind?
We got a monsoon, and I'm not talking gorilla. So.
I didn't miss it. I did not miss it.
No, you didn't miss anything. Did you see the video of one of the tunnels in Boston?
That's Ted Williams.
It was Ted Williams tunnel.
Yeah.
Completely flooded.
The Splendid Splinters tunnel was completely flooded. I was like, oh my God, what's it going to be like when we get home? Luckily, by the time we landed, again, the weather had just cleared up.
Wow.
I'm a lucky man.
You and Al Caprillion should be, the weather gods.
He's still around.
Good friend of the program.
He is.
Haven't seen him in 25 years. My goodness.
He's always a good friend of the program.
So what do we have on the agenda tonight, gentlemen?
Well, literally nothing. But you know what I did today while I was listening to last week's episode this morning?
Okay.
I came up with the definition of charcuterie for us.
Okay.
So I thought this would be interesting because, Quincy, you were very baffled by charcuterie last week.
So was I.
And so was TC. He reduced it to mere cold cuts.
Charcuterie?
Charcuterie. We were talking about the little tiny bits of meat they put on the board as appetizers.
Speaking of appetizers, I'm going to bite this pizza.
Do it now. Because
what's it supposed to taste like?
Pork. But it's interesting where the term came from. What does charcuterie literally mean? Charcuterie is a French term that refers to cooked meats.
Wow.
A way of curing or preserving meats long before the advent of refrigeration. So before they had refrigerators, these preserved meats are typically pork products or pork and beef blends that were seasoned and salted to safely preserve them. So, not the healthiest thing in the world, but one of the most delicious things in the world.
I'll take your word for it.
And that was charcuterie.
One of our listeners out there commented and said that it means overpriced meat in French.
I even I put a picture on the Facebook group of some charcuterie I came across.
Wow.
From the supermarket, the Publix.
Sounds like a character on Star Trek.
Yeah, charcuterie. Admiral Charcuterie.
Sounds like something in some Vulcan terminology.
Yeah.
Was it taste
the
a lot
ritual
like
of charcuterie.
Like a pork chop or...
Well, no, just little tiny bits of ham and bacon.
And applesauce.
Your pepperoni would be a good example of something that you would find on a charcuterie board. Excuse me, I'm hitting the table.
Hitting the table over there.
Sorry.
What do you have, like a jet lag or something?
Well, I am tired. Didn't get to bed till very late last night.
Oh,
And when I came home, Tasha's water heater had a leak in it, so I had to deal with that.
Had anything to do with the monsoon?
Well, I don't think so, but it was like it would have been a monsoon if I didn't shut my water off. Ladies and gentlemen, a plumber once told me, when you go away for an extended period of time, just turn your water off. And if I didn't, I might have had a much bigger disaster.
You
on my
wouldn't be
hands.
here tonight.
Yeah, I'd be home knee deep in it right now.
You'd be swimming.
Oh, I can only imagine.
You'd be floating on a charcuterie board.
Remember your penthouse pictures that time? You had the waterfall coming through your roof? Oh, that was awful.
That was back like 3 winters ago.
Oh, I never felt so bad for somebody in my life.
And this was when it was like, minus 22 degrees.
Yeah.
And one of our old radiator pipes popped.
Awesome.
I was sitting downstairs in my beautiful recliner watching Shameless, as a matter of fact.
Wow. Oh, God. It can't go wrong there.
And I was half asleep, and all of a sudden, I just thought, what's this warm water hitting me?
Yeah.
I was like I was in a dream, and I woke up and I looked, and it looked like a water faucet coming out of my ceiling.
Dear God, one of the worst things that can happen.
It was horrible,
Yeah.
but we survived.
Yeah. But it's just like, I literally got off the plane. It was after midnight. I was exhausted, and you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. So we get the repairs in the works. We'll know more tomorrow. But
Gee, I wonder who's going to pay for that.
her and Tasha, good friends, women.
Yeah, I heard that.
They like to gossip.
I heard a rumor that they may be going down to Florida together.
Well, hey, as long as I go, I don't care. Anyone can join as long as I'm there. What did I do? Did I do anything overly? I went to Orange World down in West.
I saw the picture.
Wasn't that nice?
Yes.
Big giant orange. I got a gallon of orange juice, Quincy, $12.
$12.
Yes.
Why is that so
Because
expensive?
it's the most delicious orange juice in all of humanity.
Who said that? The people who work there?
The guy who drinks it, me. You drink orange juice up here, it's terrible. Down there,
Shouldn't it be cheap down there? Don't they have isn't that where oranges come from?
I guess it's a tourist thing. They know people are going to buy, because you can't get it anywhere but down there. Because by the time they ship it up to us, it would be spoiled. So down there, it was like made that day.
Do they have an Aldi there?
They don't, but they have Publix. You ever been to a Publix? You would love.
I've never been to a Publix, no.
You would love Publix. Bright, clean, wide aisles, plentiful of everything. The people who work in the deli, they really take pride in their work.
They have a charcuterie board.
If you wanted one, they would do it. Like when they slice the cheese, right? They put it in this, they layer it with the plastic in between it.
Uh-huh.
They're not like when you go up to Schmoes up here. They just they throw it down and everything's sort of uneven. Everything's nice. They just don't pile it. I like when you go to a delicatessen or a deli counter, and they actually take a little bit of pride in what they do.
They should.
They should, but you know what? That's gone right now, Quincy. Maybe it'll come back, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this lax attitude.
Gonna blame it on COVID?
Yeah.
I'm sick of hearing about COVID. I thought
I am
that was
too.
gone.
I am too.
Just get your shots and be done with it.
Well, that's an argument for another day. But at any rate, but no, you would love the Publix supermarket.
Wow.
It really is something.
I'll have to try it next time I'm in Florida.
And we were hanging out at Miller's Ale House watching some basketball and swam in the pool every day. What else did we do? Oh, I rented a nice Dodge Ram 1500. This is a big truck, 4-door
Dodge
pickup.
trucks are ram tough.
And this one is tough. Let me tell you, this is a big boy.
Oh, yeah?
Big pickup truck, Quincy, driving around Florida.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it was nice.
What color?
White. That's all they had left.
Well, hey, white's nice for trucks.
But I'll tell you this. You know what sucked about the flight down?
No.
And you'd think this would be something good, but it was full of cheerleaders. But they were all 10 to 12-year-old cheerleaders. And they have this abundance of energy, and they like to sing song rhymes and clap their hands rhythmically.
Did you go to Florida or Epstein's Island?
Every December, they have a giant cheerleading competition all throughout Orlando. And they have them at Disney World in particular.
I think Abby used to coach them.
She probably did. Now, what I found out was, everyone's like, well, why do they always have them around this time of year? Typically, the beginning of December is very slow down there. So they have all these competitions down there to boost up attendance at the parks, etc.
Right.
And also they have Pop Warner football competitions down there as well. So it was very busy down there.
Did they
We'll
do
see
any
this.
cheers on the plane?
That's what I mean. They were playing this thing, rock, paper, scissors, blah, blah, blah. And they kept saying it over and over and over to the point I wanted to just take the yellow pages and just hum it at them.
What airline was this?
JetBlue.
I love JetBlue.
I do too. It's the best airline there is.
I always fly JetBlue.
100%. Can't go wrong with JetBlue.
Quincy, what's your favorite airline?
Yeah. Braniff.
That's still around. Who's still around, by the way?
Pan Am, do you like them?
Okay, Pan Am, TWA. Are they still around, or all these old school airlines, they're gone?
No, they were around. They were around there.
What about American Airlines? Remember that?
They're
Dear
good.
American Airlines.
Something special in the air. Was that the same one? From the sunrise in the east
Ooh,
to the
that's-
sunset in the west.
See, that would sound like
No, it is. We're American Airlines.
doing what we do best.
I guess all the old school airline commercials, maybe they'll come back on the air.
Yeah, JetBlue right now is the king, and
come?
down in Orlando,
They don't have
they're
the-
just the biggest.
They don't have the blue chips anymore.
No, they don't. They have pop chips, and they have plantain chips, and pretzels, and they have graham crackers. Very boring.
Yeah, but they're affordable. Or they
They're competitive with the most. You don't listen. If you want to save money on a flight, there's ways to do it, but you will pay one way or another.
well, okay. Now, what airline do you like?
JetBlue.
Okay, do they have coffee, or you're going to pay it like a?
Dunkin' Donuts hot coffee served on flight.
Well, good. Now we're getting back to our basics.
Yeah, coffee.
Dunkin' Donuts hot coffee. They should serve you a hot cup of coffee on a plane.
If you want it, and you know what they cost?
How much?
Free.
Now we're getting sensible again.
You like that, huh?
Yeah. Getting back to our basics, a free cup of coffee on a flight, let alone it's Dunkin' Donuts.
Yep.
Are we getting...
You like that, huh? Look at how happy he is.
You know, maybe we should send you where would you like to fly to, Quincy? Just to sample the coffee.
I don't know.
You have no idea. We can give you a free plane ticket and send you anywhere. Where would you go?
I don't know. Where is somewhere? It'd have to be somewhere where we can go sing and dance, a little bit.
Oh.
And
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, Nashville, Memphis, Orlando. All my favorite places.
somewhere where we don't get in trouble.
Well, now it's
Okay, we don't
Quincy,
want
you get in trouble in your bathroom at home. What are you talking about?
yeah.
How about Vegas? We can take flight number 777 that leaves Boston every night.
Is that true?
It is. It is true.
Really?
The last few times I flew out to Vegas was on flight 777 on JetBlue.
Because we were toying with the idea of doing a little Vegas side nickel on the high spade. We were going to go see Barry Manilow.
Can I go? I love Barry.
Well, you know what the thing is? His schedule is so frenetic. You know, it's all over the place. And his shows get sold out, but he'll do a Tuesday and then he's off for 4 days because he's like 80 something now.
He is. Well, Barry Manilow is a legend.
Oh, 100%. One of the greatest entertainers.
Copacabana.
Yeah. I saw his stage show version of Copacabana. He wrote a whole musical based on that song. And you know who played one of the leads?
No.
Oh, God, I forgot his name. Captain Stubing. What's his real name?
Gavin McLeod.
Gavin McLeod was the biggest name on the
Wow.
marquee. Yeah, he was great too. It was a lot of fun.
From the Love Boat.
Yeah, he was in it. I saw him live.
And the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Yeah.
I saw the movie, that was a long time ago. I saw it, Copacabana. Is it true that someone got shot, or is it just a made up,
Well, in the stage show, it was true. Someone did get
Tony
shot.
got shot.
Yeah. He was the culprit. And the way they did it, like when she shot the gun off stage, you didn't know who got hit, and all of a sudden, Tony just like took a step back, and they somehow rigged it so his shirt started turning red.
They used a squib.
Yeah, and everyone goes, "Oh!" It was very dramatic.
Well, if you listen to the song, you know it's going to be Tony that gets whacked.
Yeah, but it was like who shot who? That's all.
who shot
Okay,
J.R.?
who
Did Lola
shot
shoot?
who at the
It was
Copa?
Tony's wife.
Ah.
He had a wife. It was not Lola.
Was not Lola.
Yeah.
Poor Lola.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's like,
No, wait a minute. No.
she wore the feathers in her hair.
Yeah, Tony's wife, I think, shot and hit Rico.
Oh, Rico.
Yeah, Rico got shot because she didn't have Rico anymore.
I'll have to go listen to the song
His
again.
name was Rico. He wasn't. I got to listen to the song again.
Yeah,
It's been-
we'll
it's
have
been
to
a
do
long
that.
time.
We'll have to do that after we
Jeepers
wrap up the
creepers.
show.
You think if I knew we were going to talk about this, I would have got a little
I
more
got a nice
well-versed.
album that he needs to sign, Barry.
I'm telling you.
You know?
So but I think that might have been shelved in lieu of going down to Tampa in April to see Alan Jackson. So we're working on it.
You
We
want
don't-
to go to Tampa over Las Vegas?
It's fun down in Tampa. What can
I've
I
been
say?
to Tampa.
Yeah, it's fun.
Airwolf Chris, our director, got
Yeah.
married down there.
Well,
had a fun time. I'm not saying it wasn't a fun time in Tampa.
Listen, I like Alan Jackson. We saw his opener in Boston. This would be the closing of his
but
tour.
if I had a gun to my head like Tony, I'd be going to Vegas, okay?
Yeah, no, I listen, I agree. But we're toying with it. It's not a done deal.
Oh, okay. Done deal, pal. Done deal.
You like that, huh?
Goddamn.
How's the pizza, Quince?
It's awesome.
Yeah?
I'll have the rest of this a little bit.
All right. Well, the visual here, we got 2.5 gallons of milk, 2 slices of Sicilian pepperoni pizza. You're doing well.
I think I'm doing very well.
Yeah, you look very happy. You look very contented.
Yeah, well, we just had another outstanding episode of one of my shows, and now we're back here.
He's a plethora of information
Really,
out there,
yeah.
and an entertainer. He's been doing shows down here at Rastani Productions all day long.
Was it a Batcast?
It was one of
Yeah.
them was a Batcast.
I got to start watching those again. When are they going to air?
Whenever his production crew gets around to editing.
Well,
them.
it's
Now, the reason we picked Sicilian pizza tonight,
yeah. Why?
well, I'm very attracted to Sicilian women. All right.
Particularly, no, wait a minute now. So Italian women, but you're breaking it way down to Sicilian.
Sicilian, yeah.
Now there has to be a certain Sicilian for you to have. This
I will
feeling.
not mention on the
You are
air.
Such a coward.
I'm
Honest to
not a
God.
coward.
Well,
Well, it's not that. It's not that news lady because she's
No,
Greek.
she's Greek. No.
You mean Sicilian's named after somebody? Or?
The country.
Yeah, Sicily is a town or a city in Italy, as my stupid cousin would say. Italy.
But I'm attracted to him, but I had a bad experience with one. All right. That's all I'm going to leave it.
They carry knives.
That's, they invented the mafia.
Yeah.
I'm only half Italian.
La Cosa Nostra.
I don't think she was from Corleone. Her name wasn't Apollonia or anything like that.
Yeah, you got to be careful of that.
But she,
more Greek than
she
Italian.
she kind of had that look, though,
Listen, Italian women are very mysterious, but when they like you, they like you. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Right. And when they turn their back on you, they turn their back on you.
yeah.
It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years.
Yet the Sicilians and the Calabrese don't get along, from what I understand. You know who told me that?
It's a little hidden thing, but it's there.
Yeah, you know who told me that?
No.
Cousin Leo.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's from northern Italy.
Well, he said, don't ever mention the fact that I had a friend who was from Calabria. Don't ever mention it to my father. They're from Calabria. I said, well, I was going to swing by your house on the way home and say, hey, Cousin Leo's father, guess where my friend is from?
You don't have to worry about that. He's since passed. So
I
you don't have to
know.
worry
God
about
rest
that.
his soul.
But yeah, I told when I was messing around with this Sicilian, Leo pulled me thing. He was like, listen, have your fun and get out of there
Yeah.
before you get shivved. All right?
Too bad Galen wasn't here. He could fill us in on that.
Really?
His dad was from Amalfi, the Amalfi Coast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like Dr. Melfi from The Sopranos?
I knew there was going to be some connection. Is that like when he says "is that like," you're going to be stumped because there's no answer for that.
So I had Sicilian pizza tonight. I was in the mood to eat Sicilian.
Hey, good for you.
It's been 10 years.
I had a bowl of black bean soup.
Oh, I love black bean soup.
It was good, but still, it was. I like that pizza looks even better. But now I ate so.
Now you ate well. We had Quincy also brought down his cheese balls.
Well,
Have some cheese balls.
Those
Yeah,
are, I had my white cup. I forgot to fill it, but I.
Hold on that. Hold up.
Oh,
Hold
All
up.
right, Quincy. See, Quincy.
This is
not
live
only
TV.
is he an entertainer, but he aims to please his associates on the podcast. He is walking across the podcast penthouse over to the giant
getting a giant.
Yuts, whatever that thing is, of cheese balls, and he's filling the white cup, and he's bringing it back over. You're talking about service. That's fantastic.
Look at that, and he eats the one that fell onto the chair. Thank you, my
At
friend.
least it didn't fall on the floor.
Cheese balls.
Oh, look at this one right here is extra cheesy.
It's just a nice light little snack.
Sit down in the microphone so the fans at home can hear your generosity, all right?
Thank you for doing that.
They're just a nice light little snack, that you can have any time of day or night or evening. Call it what you will.
These were very popular in the '90s, but they've managed to hold on.
I remember them in the 80s.
Really?
Remember the Planters one? You used to rip the top and go like
Planters,
that?
I think, invented them. I think Planters was the first.
Now,
cheese
speaking
ball.
of the Planters cheese balls,
Yeah.
a little history here. I don't know if
Okay,
you
well, sit back and listen to
I don't know if you remember this, but they were delicious. But somewhere in the middle of the can, you would get that cheese ball that was just extra salty.
Really?
There was that one extra salty cheese ball in the Planters cheese balls. Back in, I can remember it when we used to vacation at our summer cottage, and we used to get, we were in the middle of the woods, so we used to get all this junk food and whatnot. and we would stack up on many cans. There was like 10 of us out there, you know, all my cousins and whatnot.
Okay.
And we always used to comment, every single one of us, when they found it, did you get the salt ball? And I got it a lot of times. It was a salt ball. It was just one
salt.
It was no, it was the cheese ball, but it just had extra salt in it.
And it was in every can.
And it was in every can.
Oh.
A salt ball?
You should have saved them all and then made your own can of salt balls. That would have been
Then I would have had my heart surgery when I was like 14.
You could have sold it on eBay.
What, my heart surgery?
No,
or
your salt ball
The
can.
salt balls.
What's a salt ball?
I just explained it, Quincy. Let me rewind the tape.
You're very literal. That's the thing with you.
So it's a salty cheese ball.
It's a extra salty cheese ball. You're right, 100%.
Okay, good.
I must say, these are very buttery.
Buttery.
They're cheesy and they have like a buttery finish to them. I don't think we've ever really explored. See what they're looking like inside. Yeah? Look like the old cheese curls. Remember those?
Oh, yeah. Well, cheese balls, cheese curls, they're just light. They're easy to, you know.
I think South Park made these famous too. With their cheesy poofs, remember?
Okay, yeah.
You could buy those.
That's
for a
true.
limited time.
I used to like Jacks.
Jacks were good.
Jacks were very good.
Yeah.
The only thing I liked about the cheese balls,
What?
they get all in your hands.
Yeah, and I don't want to lick my fingers because I can't remember when the last time I
Like,
lost
you look
it.
like you're doing something naughty with an Oompa Loompa
Yeah.
or something.
I just got over a coleslaw. What a whore I am.
Really?
Yeah. This was Thanksgiving Day, right?
Right.
I'm leaving my family's house in Southie. All of a sudden, I'm like, what the hell? I felt this pressure on my lip. Next day, I woke up. There it is.
What do you think caused it?
I have no idea. I was sipping a little Five Farms Irish cream before I left. That was the last thing I had to drink. It seemed to be like something, you know, maybe it was on the glass or something like that. You never know what people.
Was it a whitehead?
Well, it was like it started that way at first, but then it got like really, and then one day I sort of laughed or smiled, or I opened my big fat mouth to eat something, and it broke, and then I was bleeding. I was very sore, and so I had the little Carmex. Carmex is great for cold sore. If you ever, you know,
What did you say?
Carmex.
I think you said Carmex.
Oh, Carmex. Carmex.
Carmex.
It's medication for
Medication
chapped lips
time.
and cold sores.
Wow.
But it's just starting to feel better now. That's
Oh.
like Thanksgiving was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago today.
Yeah. So I got that going for me.
So you
which
got
is
that
nice.
going for you. The vitamin D from the Florida sun didn't.
Oh no! Well, I had the Carmex I had SPF something in it, so I was protected by that.
Wow.
And but I mean, getting back to Florida, I slept 9 hours every night, solid 9 hours a night.
I haven't slept 9 hours in probably 90 years.
It is just, and I tell you, talk about regularity.
You were talking about that on the last show.
I did.
It proves you're getting up there in age if you're talking about this.
It could be the difference between a good and a bad day. Let me tell you. But down there, every day was a good day. Let's just put
Maybe
it that way.
Abby can get you an endorsement for some, like Miralax or something.
Wouldn't that be something? We got to find a way to make it out of oatmeal and
Cheese balls?
Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Now, the cheese balls are probably not doing me any favors in that department, but they're so good.
They are delicious.
It's, like I said, it's just a nice little snack meal
It is.
for the morning or for the evening.
I got a question for you. So that jar,
Yeah.
when will it be empty? Between now and next Thursday, when will that be empty? Will it be like?
You said yourself at any time between now and next Thursday, I'll pick at it, and with a glass of milk, you get a sandwich of, whatever you like, and milk and cheese balls.
Now, do you save the cheese ball jug and put anything in it?
No, I
You just toss it.
just toss it.
That's good.
Unless you want to rinse it out and put something in there.
What would you put in there?
I don't know, screws, whatever, but
Screws. There'd be a lot of screws to put in there.
if you're doing a repair of some kind, working on some kind of an engine, you put the good screws or leftovers, and then that way, when you need a screw, just open up the cheese ball, cheese ball container. It's like, here's a screw and a nut, a washer, and then
Every time I hear the word screw, I think of that scene in Total Recall. Benny, screw you. Hey, man, I got 5 kids.
they open up. Just they add up after a while. It's like you can make a repair. It's like
My old man used to keep all that stuff in those Danks cookie tins, those blue cookie tins.
Oh, they get at Christmas time?
Yeah.
Right.
Always, he had cans of like various screws and light fixture things, like the little pull chains and stuff like that. Anything you could think of, you would find in there.
well, that's
Wow.
you can recycle cheese ball containers, rinse them out after you lick all the leftovers of cheese. Taste it, whatever, but then you can recycle. You said yourself, socket parts, chains, light parts.
Did you hear about the guy that saved his own urine because he had read somewhere that you could make gold out of it?
Gold out of urine?
Yeah, that you could. There was a process that it could go through where you could get gold out of your own urine. Somebody had told him that, or he had believed that. So when he died,
Didn't Howard Hughes do that?
what did he collect? I can't remember, but he did. I think he did with his urine. I'm not sure. I know he had a whole ritual for opening a can of peaches. I once heard about, but this guy, when he died, they found his neighbors were like, "Okay, we think he's dead because it had that unmistakable odor." So they did a wellness check. Sure enough, he had died, but there was thousands of mayonnaise jars full of urine in the house, and they had pictures of it. And urine over time turns very dark.
Imagine the sucker that had to empty that.
That's what they're saying. They had to clean. They showed all these people in hazmat suits and everything. But
thought
he
they
would
only-
just piss in these jars and save them because he thought someday he was going to be able to turn it into gold.
How in the hell are you going to turn that into gold?
Yeah, you can't, but he fell for it. I mean, there's a lot of mental illness in the world.
Well, if you don't keep those jars, fully tightened now, then it's going to smell like.
You know what my old man, speaking of that, you know what else my old man, I thought this was ingenious. In his little workbench area, he was constantly knocking over the jars with the nails in it and stuff. He had like glass jars full of nails and things. So he nailed the lids of the jars to the ceiling above his workstation. And he would fill the jars with the nails and he'd take them and he'd screw them in there.
Wow.
So,
Hey.
and so you have them like, so when he needed them, he would just untwist them and put them down. We would put them back. They weren't getting knocked
And why
over.
haven't you marketed this and become a billionaire?
Oh, isn't it a great idea, though?
It is a great idea.
Nice space saver right there.
It's fantastic.
One of those jars was full of piss, though.
that you know of.
Now, listen, I cleaned it out when he passed.
Oh, okay. All right. Fine. Now, I'm looking at your, was that a top hat?
This is my Christmas top hat. Yes, I wear this at Christmas time, sort of like a Dickensian nod to Bob Cratchit and Ebenezer Scrooge.
Okay, because when you walked in earlier before we were doing a photo shoot with this, I said you look like Buff Bagwell in it.
That's right. The Buffster had he used to wear one of these.
Right.
But this is the real deal. This is look at it's a Mad Hatter brand.
Oh, it's a Mad Hatter brand. This is a very well put together
Yeah, it's
piece
nice.
of it's Scala.
Yeah,
Is that Sicilian?
I think it might be. The Italians do make hats.
Really?
Yeah.
I got that.
You know
bring
who
up
gave
a
this
clip of
yeah.
a movie?
You got to
A
get your
clip of
picture
a-
taken with that tonight.
A clip of a movie. I could deal with my friends at the hat, this very hat. 76 trombones. They showed that movie, a very classic on holidays.
That's a good Christmas Day movie.
Well, the thing about the Music Man, that's a very classical song, and they play 76 trombones, and it's a sweet song, and it tells like
Who was in that?
Robert Preston.
Robert Preston. That's right, from the
Shirley
Last
Jones.
Starfighter.
Yep. Shirley Jones.
She's still kicking.
Is she really?
Oh, from the Partridge Family, yeah.
Oh. And Ronnie Howard.
well, let's see, Ron Howard was, I suppose,
Buddy Hackett. Buddy Hackett. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Buddy Hackett. Ron Howard was before even Andy Griffith, and then now Shirley Jones on I suppose the Music Man was before the Partridge Family.
Yes.
It was just such a sweet thing that they show on holidays, and the 76 trombones is like.
Do you remember the scene in Happy Days when they were trying to figure out what movie to go to? We might have spoke about this, but Howard and Marion were going down to the movie theater, and he wanted to see some movie that was coming out, and she says, "Oh, Howard, let's go to see this one again." He goes, "Marion, we just saw it." She goes, "I know, but the little boy in there reminds me so much of Richie," and it was Ron Howard, and the audience just laughed. Hails of derisive
It was an
laughter.
inside
Yeah,
joke.
it was clever. I thought so. You know,
She's still kicking too, Mrs. C.
who was it that was saying that?
Really?
I think it was Julia Roberts or someone said that she was her neighbor,
Really?
and she has wild parties, like really wild.
You ever see the
parties.
outtake when her and the Fawn started going
Yes,
at it?
that's hilarious.
How old do you think Mrs. C is?
Oh, she's got to be 95
Yeah.
easily.
But she entertains a lot, I guess.
I met her once down at Chiller with Jeff.
She must have been lovely.
She was very, very pleasant.
Yeah, I would imagine. So,
Wow, we're meeting some of the golden class. I just met over the summer. Arthur Fonzarelli, and he didn't look too different from the Happy Days. That was
He
such
looked a lot different. He has gray hair.
I'm trying to compliment him in a nice way.
Okay, sorry.
It's like compliment him, and I was like, and then it was awesome. I said, thank you. No, thank you.
Actually, Mrs. C looks better than the Fawn. She looks exactly the same. Just 50 years have passed, but she
Yes.
still looks like Mrs. C.
Yeah, Fawn's, he just got older like we all do.
It's tough, but you can change your hair a little bit, just take care of yourself, and then you don't feel too
Maybe she
different.
goes to that orange juice place that Bittman went to.
Oh.
There you go.
There's a lot of sugar in orange juice, as you know, but
But it's natural.
yeah, but I liked it. Ooh.
Was it high fructose?
I don't know, but it was very pulpy. You could almost
How did
chew
you
it.
sleep for 9 hours if you drank all that sugar?
I drink it first thing in the morning.
Ah.
What else did I have? For, what do we have for breakfast? Tosh was she made plain Greek yogurt with blueberries and strawberries in it, mixed all together.
Wow.
Good, nice.
Wasn't Dannon yogurt?
No, it was Publix brand plain Greek yogurt, very thick.
Remember that yogurt and used to get the fruit at the bottom?
Yeah, it was like Yoplait.
It
or
looked like
something.
someone, just killed a mouse or something inside of it. It was
Yeah.
gross.
I used to think yogurt was healthy, but she set me straight. There's only certain kinds of yogurts that are healthy, and the ones with the live cultures and all that stuff. And I eat a lot of cottage cheese. Like it's supposed to be like promotes gut health. Of course, the beers I drank while I was on vacation that didn't help, and I didn't drive.
That's good, love.
I didn't.
Would you Uber?
No, we were on site. We were on property, so we didn't have to. You just go to the pool and have your beers and go back to your room. And
Is there a time difference over there?
no, 100% the same. But we would look on Tasha's security cameras, and it would be dark here, and it would still be sunny down there. Oh, it was so nice.
Well, we are closer to the space.
Listen, man, whatever the reason is, it's nicer there at night in the winter.
Now, was your hotel anything like the apartment in the wildlife that we reviewed last episode?
No, it was much nicer, very spacious.
Ron Wood didn't come out and eat any ham or anything?
No. And I think, I was upset because I re-listened to the broadcast from last week, and I called Ron Wood the bassist. And I said, he played guitar, but he also played bass too. So I'm not as well versed in the Rolling Stones as I am in the Beatles, but I thought, I said, boy, all the fans are going to write letters, so I guess we didn't get them because of that reason.
Speaking of someone who might write us a letter, a long-distance letter, do you know what tomorrow is?
Tomorrow is the 13th.
And what day is it?
Friday. Oh.
You're going to have to watch one in honor of Jeff. And if you're going to do it, start with 2. The first one's too boring.
Really?
The first one...
Tell you what, I will make an attempt.
All right. You heard it here. Jeff, if you're listening, buddy, he's gonna attempt to watch Friday the 13th Part 2.
I'll try.
That's pre-Hockey Mask,
When did the hockey mask come out?
And they're halfway through Part 3.
This series got to get on the horse. Let's go.
No, he didn't kill any horses.
You will.
You have to watch one in honor of Jeff.
All right.
Friday the 13th Part 2. That's why.
I know a guy who does. I remember I wanted to get an interview on the show, but he wouldn't do it. A guy who does not leave his house on Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy. Actually, we're going to be interviewing sometime in 2025 a guy who wrote 2 books on Friday the 13th
I remember we
Part
talked
2.
about that. Jesus, boy, that's going to be tough without Appel.
Oh my God, he would have. Well, you know what? he'll be Jeff. If you're listening, send me. In a dream or something, some questions for this guy.
Yeah.
But this guy lives in New Hampshire, and a friend of mine, a mutual friend, said I found this guy who wrote 2 books on Friday the 13th Part 2.
Part 2.
And I was
books.
And I was like, well, you got to hook us up.
If someone said to me, "There's a guy out there that wrote 1 book on Friday the 13th," then to find out that there were 2 books written by the same guy.
No, Part 2 on Part 2.
2 books about Part 2.
Correct.
Is this self-published?
I don't know.
I'm smelling. In addition to the perfume on this microphone,
Are you not going to show up if the guy comes down?
Of course not. I'm just saying, that's a lot of work to dedicate to one shitty movie.
Did you call Friday the 13th Part 2 a shitty movie?
I meant like that you would see in I meant the city. My tooth is loose. Hold on. That one city movie.
Maybe that coleslaw has come back. You know what?
Hey, wait a minute. Do you have a coleslaw matching? Same spot. What
I don't think so, but maybe it's pizza sauce.
Would you get some space herpes? You ever see that movie, Ice Pirates?
Robert Urich.
Right. Remember the whole
vaguely.
thing? The whole thing, and it was about the space herpes.
Boy, Robert Urich. Where did he get he must have needed the money.
That was pre-Spencer.
Yeah, big time pre-Spencer.
Right.
Now, saving this as a surprise because I'm not sure if you know about this.
You wrote a book on Friday the 13th, part 2?
No. I couldn't even read a book on Friday the 13th.
Well, I know people have 2 of them.
We lost a big celebrity this week.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Big celebrity. You don't know about this.
I don't know about this. To be honest with you, do I know this person?
Yes, you do.
Have I met this person?
No, but you know a lot about this person.
Well, it's not like when you surprised me with Randy West dying.
It's right up there actually because this is a big one.
Okay.
In the world of After Hours with TC Rustani and Ricky Bittman, this is a big one.
All right, give me a hint.
Okay,
Because I have not heard anybody celebrity die.
Okay, this is good. Let me just make sure.
Because all the autograph collectors would have called me, you know who died?
He, according to this, I thought he passed away today, but it turns out he died on the 10th, which was 2 days ago.
Right.
At the age of 89.
Jesus. Lived a long life?
He did. Now, he made an appearance on one of our favorite radio shows.
Art Bell?
Art Bell. Coast to Coast.
Was it a comedy?
There's another clue that I'll give you that will probably give it away, but why don't you...
All right. So he was a guest on Art Bell. Now,
Yes.
what was he talking about on Art Bell?
If I tell you, it's going to really...
Was he doing paranormal, UFOs?
He would... Okay, both things you just said are key to this whole thing, okay? But he would probably blanch at the term paranormal.
Was he American?
Yes, he was.
Okay. 89 years old. And he was on Art Bell probably sometime in the 90s, I'm guessing, correct?
That's...
Or
yes.
the early 2000s.
I would say I think his appearance was on the early 2000s.
Okay.
Okay, you're good with dates and everything. He appeared on June 8th, but I don't have the year. Okay, in 2002.
2002.
June 8th in 2002, he appeared on Art Bell's Coast to Coast AM radio show.
So he would have been in his 60s. Mm-hmm. Huh. Is he an actor or musician?
Neither.
Well, he's neither.
No.
But he's a celebrity.
Yes. In our world, he's a big one.
He's big.
Yeah, in our world.
Like big in size or big in
but just
stature?
big in like if you met him, or if he was somewhere, you would be like excited.
Ooh.
He's been on Letterman and Johnny Carson.
I think I know who this is.
Okay.
The Amazing Kresnik.
Amazing
Kreskin, sorry.
has passed away.
Now, didn't you think he would kind of like predict his own?
But that's kind of a big deal.
I actually met him.
And he was banned from Art Bell's show, from that whole stunt where he said there was gonna be one of the largest witnessings of UFO sightings in the world.
Really?
And he said,
Well, maybe he's not off. You see all the drone things that have been going on?
well, he's a few years late, but that's true. He said if there were no sighting, he would donate $50,000 to a charity. Hundreds of people camped out that evening, yet no sighting occurred. He eventually just confessed that it was a scam to promote how easily people could be assembled and led to believe things via social media, etc. Now, look at what happened with social media and everything, June 6th and all this stuff and Black Lives Matter. He was right. But Art was so upset with him that he banned him from the show. He was a mentalist. He was not a, what was the term? He wanted to be called a mentalist, not a, what's the other word that they use? I don't know. But
He's not like the Amazing Randy. Remember that guy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's dead.
That's sad. We did meet him.
Really? Now tell me about that.
It was in passing. He was at one of these Comic-Cons.
Now, did he squeeze the living hell out of your hand? Did he
No. We just went by and it just went, hey, amazing. That was pretty much
really?
it. Yeah. He was sitting there. He was taking selfies with people. He could put his fingers on his head like, woo, doo, 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 doo. So that's got to be like 10, 12 years ago.
But David Letterman used to have this thing where whenever Kreskin came on, they'd have to warn him before he went on stage, do not shake Dave's hand and then grab his arm, because Letterman had a lot of neck pain and everything. And I guess he had this vice-like hand grip that whenever he shook your hand, he was shaking.
Was he
your
like
hand.
Harley Race?
Exactly. He was just coming, but he would, and Letterman would be like, no, we can't.
Fist
do this.
bump me. There you go. Just do mind
Like
telepathy.
when what's his Oliver? What's that actor that was in? Jesus, my
Oliver
memory.
Reed?
Yes, when he was on Letterman one time, he grabbed Letterman and yanked him because he was mad at Letterman. He was very nasty drunk. Jeff would remember that.
Of course he would, because he mentioned him that they had to CGI him in Gladiator because he died during it. Jeff used to talk about him and Peter O'Toole,
famous drunks,
hanging out together. He's like, man, there was some British show, and they were fucked up.
Yeah, big time. Oliver Reed, boy, man, he was a mess.
Wow.
So rest in peace, Kreskin. Maybe he wasn't quite up there with Randy West. I thought you would be a little more upset about that. But.
He was on Carson a lot, but up there with Randy West. Come on, Randy West was a superstar.
I always
amazing Kreskin. He was amazing.
He was very entertaining when he was on these shows. He did a lot of
he was a carny.
Things. Yeah,
he was a carny.
But he's gone.
He's gone.
So maybe him and Art are somewhere right now
on a spaceship, heading toward Alpha Centauri.
Alpha Centauri.
Does heaven have spaceships?
Yeah,
they do.
Well, then heaven will have some, because of
Ezekiel's
all the
wheels.
There you go.
You think they're going warp factor 10?
He's probably is warp factor 10 supposed to be good, or
well, that's just a speed. It's very fast. Did you ever watch Star Trek?
I watched a little bit of that when I was a kid.
Now, Quincy, are you excited that you live in the Milky Way?
I've heard of it, but what is a Milky Way?
It's a galaxy we live in.
Yep.
Oh, then it's a nice place. Yeah.
It's named after milk.
Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's sorry.
Well, it's better than at least you went singing Interplanet Janet. She's a galaxy girl.
Monty Python's Eric Idle wrote a song called "The Galaxy Song."
Really?
Where he describes the galaxy in very scientific terms, but it's a really catchy song. And when the Pythons got together for their final tour, they came up with the idea of asking Stephen Hawking.
How can he sing?
Well, that's just it. They
through the robot voice?
They released the song with the robot voice. Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's revolving and evolving at 100 months. When they emailed him about it, they said the reply was almost instant. Yes, 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 in capital letters. He's a huge Monty Python fan.
Sure, it wasn't the computer that was doing that?
No, it was him. How did
he type?
He does it with his lips and his eyes. He's like always going, Could we play a clip of that, or would that be like against?
I don't know. YouTube has it's
if we played it like way away, like 10 seconds of it,
maybe.
Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving and revolving at 900 miles an hour.
So look for that on your whatchamacallits. Your Spotify's. It's called Stephen Hawking Sings Monty Python's The Galaxy Song. And it's a very interesting song.
I remember when he was on Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh, I remember that too.
It was a holodeck thing with Data playing cards with like all these famous scientists.
Yep.
And one of them was Stephen Hawking's the real Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. Yeah. Interesting.
He died not too long ago.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, you know what else I did?
No.
I watched, and I know this is kind of a touchy subject, and I don't want to rile any feathers, but I watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles again on the plane on the way home with subtitles because I don't have those headphones.
Too cheap to get them, or did she didn't pay?
Plus, I don't like them. I like to hear what's going on too. So, but I watched it it was interesting. I liked it.
Yeah,
and I watched half of ET with subtitles on the way down.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen E.T. in a long time.
It really holds up. I remember how impactful that film was.
Other than the technology.
It could have used better. And then when he started sweetening it up and everything, they changed the guns to walkie-talkies and all that crap.
But they put it back because people bitch too much.
Oh, did they really?
That was for the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Now subsequent re-releases and whatnot, they're back with the guns.
Okay, good. Shoot those kids.
You like Reese's Pieces, do you?
Yeah.
Now, getting back, you watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and subtitles. How do they interpret Owen's?
I think they just I think there was in parentheses it said clearing throat or something like that.
Just like that?
But it was funny. It was People Train don't run out of Wichita. People Train runs out of Stubbville. And you watch Steve Martin and you watch John Candy try to pull it out of him.
We met that guy.
Huh?
We met that guy.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of things.
His name's Baker. I don't know what his first name is.
He was also Dr. Curtis Connors in the Spider-Man movie.
Was he?
Yeah, the Lizard's alter ego.
We went down to New York and Quest went up to him and he tried to do the thing and it just didn't work out. The guy was probably,
he's gonna puke on me.
And the guy was probably like, Yeah, okay, another one.
Another gagger.
And when he was also in the movie 13 Days, remember that one?
Yep.
You know, talking about, this is President Kennedy talking to Khrushchev.
He's one of those character actors.
His wife was also Joe Flaherty's wife on Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, yeah, I know her. Okay, yeah, great show. Great show.
Betty something Baker
Yeah,
or something, whatever her name is.
Great casting on that show.
NBC dropped the ball on
Big
that
time,
one.
big
I mean,
time.
not only look at the future cast they had on that,
Yeah.
but the show was perfect.
Yeah, and they they went all in on Fred Savage and the Wonder Years and all that. So
Who cares about Fred Savage?
that's what
and
I'm
the
just
Wonder
saying.
Years?
Like they should have put
Freaks and Geeks came out.
They should have got behind that
Oh,
as much
100%.
behind as much as they did Fred Savage's move.
I mean, but they did have one continuity error on that show.
What was it?
All right, I think there may have been. There are under 20 episodes.
Yeah.
And each one of them is fantastic.
I agree.
If you've never seen Freaks and Geeks, I mean, it has James Franco and it has Seth Rogen,
Mm-hmm.
Linda Cardellini. What's his name there? The tall kid there looks like Judge Reinhold.
Yeah, I'm trying to. He was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Right, which is on constantly, that
Yes.
movie.
Almost as much as Roadhouse.
Was it Jason Segel?
Yes,
Jason
yes, yeah.
Segel is his name. And I'm forgetting a couple other people on there. One of the episodes, it had the three geeks at lunch
Yep.
going, did you watch the Dukes of Hazzard episode last night? The Dukes of Hazzard aired on Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless the only thing I can think of, because I'm warped to know this stuff, was they had a made-for-TV 2-part episode where Bo leaves the family and joins the Carnival of Thrills. That aired on a Wednesday night.
They could have used you.
That could have been, continuity-wise, yes, they were wrong in the big picture, but if they were singling in on that episode, they were still right.
All right.
So
Still a great show.
it is a great show. Oh, you're talking about the Dukes of Hazzard. We were talking about Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, but you said Duke.
How do you know I wasn't talking about Duke Ellington?
It was just a wild guess.
All right,
I'm
fine.
just having some fun.
But you were wrong.
Well, okay, so I was wrong, but you don't mind if I just have a little fun, right?
No, that's what the whole program's about, having fun.
Good, thanks.
Okay. Enos over there.
Can we introduce a new segment?
We can introduce anything you like.
I came up with this. I should have talked to you about this before we went live, but Quincy, you ever hear of either or questions?
I might have a long time ago, but
I'll say you have a choice between either milk or lemonade. What are you going to pick?
Milk.
Okay, so we all know that.
Okay, great.
But this might sort of tap into the mind that is Quincy.
All right.
Now I got volumes of these, but we'll only do a few tonight. We'll save
You going to
these.
ask me any of the questions?
Oh, would you like to be?
Of course.
Okay, all right. We'll ask you first. Going out or staying in?
Staying in.
Okay. How about you? Going out or staying in?
tonight staying in.
Okay.
Even though we're out.
Yeah.
Even though we're out, yeah, because,
I'm going out. I always like to go out.
oh, yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah, just the differences in people. That's all. All right. Cook or do the dishes?
Do the dishes,
Really?
because, you don't know how to cook everything, but you know what? What's so bad about doing the dishes? They say it's like,
It's not. It's just what you would prefer.
because they say it's like woman's work. No.
No,
Because,
I don't agree. I do the dishes.
it's guys' work too. Then it's like it pays for itself. Then they'll say, then the thing is like someone will always bring home some nice goodies, with milk, and then bring.
See how mine
It's
works?
like they say, oh, he does this. He's
It always
trying his
revolves
best.
around milk, though.
He's trying his best,
All roads come back to milk.
right?
I know what you're going to say.
Wash the dishes.
You host all those barbecues.
Okay, but you know what? In the summertime, if you like specifically, when you like to barbecue,
Or do okay, all right. Yeah, you're right.
but
you're
do the
right.
dishes. You know why? I have a dishwasher.
Tasha has a dishwasher. You're looking at him. She does not have a dishwasher in her house.
Why?
So Dad get paper
She's
plates.
there's an old house. We would have had. She would have had to put one in.
Yeah, but
and
paper plates cost money.
So doesn't
I do the dishes by hand.
So doesn't then you set a limit. Then you don't let the dishes pile up too much. Don't,
No, you can't do that. No, I agree. All right, here's another one. Doing laundry or vacuuming?
Vacuuming.
Who's your own laundry or
Yeah, your own laundry.
I do my own laundry, but I'll vacuum too. Okay.
Which do you prefer, though? If you had a choice right now to do one or the other before you went to bed tonight.
vacuum, okay? But I will do my own laundry.
No,
So
we get that, but you like to vacuum a little bit.
Yeah, of course. That way it's neat, and then
A lot of response. I posted that video of you vacuuming after the night we had watched Wildlife.
The wildlife, yes.
The Wildlife.
oh yeah,
And everybody liked your vacuuming skills.
hey, it's just a little.
You know why, Quince?
How come?
Because you can suck.
All right, go to bed early or stay up late.
Depending on what century you're talking to me in, nowadays I still can't go to bed early. I try and try, but I can't do it. So staying up late.
You like to say, how about you?
I go to bed early, but I get up early too.
That's good.
Because
you can't get up early if you don't go to bed early.
well, you got stuff going on. Something like us. You go to bed early, but knowing you get up early, you drink your coffee, milk. Then you assume something like what we do.
People who listen to the show should do it as a drinking game. How many times Quincy mentions milk, swig, whatever you're having?
Let us know. Or we do a bingo card. How many times do I forget something?
That's another thing we should do is bingo cards.
Oh, that's right. We did that, though.
We
didn't
did, and Jeff is still the champion.
Yeah.
Well, we should play some bingo and just have some fun. And
All right, got one more.
okay,
A day out with your family or a day at home to yourself?
how about a day out with your family? Do it now, because then later on, once we get all tuckered out, then you can have a couple of hours to
So
yourself.
if you could stay home by yourself for a few hours or go out with your family, you choose, well, I go out with my family, we'll have an outing somewhere.
Go out with your family, because then later on you'll be tuckered out. Then after all these hours, then you lie in your bed, then you doze off. Then you go to bed early, get up early. How's that for an order?
I think that's a great idea. What about you?
Being that I haven't gone out with my family in quite a long period of time, I would probably have to say that.
Okay.
Just to say I had a quota and got it out of the way.
Now, see, I'm the opposite of that. Seeing as I see my family so damn much, give me a night home alone to myself, and I'm happy. That'll hold me for a while.
I hear you.
Just to do what I want to do, just not to answer any questions. I say, where are you going? Oh, if you go and grab me one of these, what were you doing out there? What were you doing upstairs? I hate that.
Really?
So it happens.
We're just.
Do you like
going
this, or
out.
is this not good?
I love it.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them. We'll save them. Do one more?
Give us one more.
All right, let me see.
One more. It's a new segment
All right.
here. What if? Is that what it is? What if?
Either or.
Or either or. Same thing.
Let me see. Okay, leaving all your money to family or donating it all to charity.
Oh, I know what I would do.
What?
Charity.
That smile, I wasn't sure what you were going to say.
Leave it home to family, because you know what the problem is. There's so much.
Ernest.
Well, let's ask TC first. Why would you donate it?
Because I have a lot of deadbeat relatives like Aunt Petunia. And, do you really think I'm going to leave that fortune to her?
That's a good point.
There are some people out there that have nothing.
Yeah.
And she's got, she's weaseled her way into things all throughout her life.
She has.
I'm going to give it to someone who's misfortunate that, like they said, like John Gotti said, everybody gets scores sometime.
Sure.
There you go.
I like that. I respect that a lot. That's a great idea.
Problem is, this time of year, they show some of these awfully depressing and some stinking commercials. You got to be careful which charity, which so-called
Well, in this
need.
case, you'd have to leave it to the Shriners.
And especially, what's his name?
What was that kid's name? Would you like this very beautiful blanket?
Makes a good paint cloth,
This adorable blanket for you, Quincy.
and they'll make a real good.
I'm going to put this adorable blanket around your shoulder and kiss you on the cheek.
And if you're doing a
won't go
big,
there.
huge paint job, put that Shriner's blanket on the floor, prevent paint drops.
Oh, you're going to use it as a paint blanket there?
Because
A
the
towel?
so-called adorable blanket from the so-called adorable Shriner's Hospital.
What is your beef with the Shriners?
Oh, man.
I mean, were you on fire once and they didn't do anything for you? I mean, what? Seriously, the Shriners is a wonderful organization.
What's so wonderful about it? What's so wonderful?
They do a lot for charity and kids and all that other stuff. What do you do?
What? Please. Oh, what about us? We have needs too, you know.
What, milk and Sicilian pizza?
There's other charities besides the Shriners.
Some poor kid was in a fire. Looks like your Sicilian pizza, and you don't want to help that poor kid?
I can't like what around that. But
The Shriners does a lot for burn victims.
They have burn institutes. The Shriners Burn Institute. Kids who get burned.
And you're getting pissed off because you think you can do a better job than the Burn Institute? What are you going to do, pour milk on them?
you don't get sick of those commercials, let alone they're overplayed this time of year.
They don't show the burn kids as much as they show that kid in the wheelchair trying to convince you that, you know, you want that blanket. And it's not very adorable either, that blanket.
No, it's not. What is so great about the Shriners?
I just told you 10
he just
times.
told you.
All right, Quincy. All right, time out here. The Shriners give away an adorable blanket.
Yeah.
What would Quincy Briscoe Foundation give away?
First of all, we'd have to have a mint to give away, which we don't. We'd have to have a mint.
A mint? Like
It's
an
a bit-
after dinner mint?
No, a mint. Yeah, I wish it's called like, it's another nickname for like a big sum of money. But we don't have that
Okay,
kind
but
of
you're not
mint.
going to give away sums of money to like hundreds of people. What kind of little object are you going to give? They give the blanket. What would you give?
A blessing, okay? We don't have money
Oh,
to
a
just...
cheapo blessing.
Well, we don't have all kinds of money to throw around like the Shriners people.
If you had the Quincy Briscoe Foundation that had a lot of donors and whatnot, you know, a lot of people, benefactors out there, and you could pick an object that's not a blanket, what would you give?
Give them a gallon of milk then. How's that, okay?
At least it's something.
But that goes sour real quick.
Powdered milk. Quincy's powdered milk. Just add water.
All right, maybe not powdered milk. Give a small donation then, okay?
To who, you?
You just asked, for... And we're talking about some of these depressing things that...
What are you going to give him, cheese balls?
Well, they say they're hungry, like, yeah, throw them a bottle of cheese balls. How about that? Now,
So these poor people are starving.
Yeah.
You know, and you are going to give them just cheese balls. There's no nutritional value at all in a cheese ball.
Thank you for the cheese ball.
give them a coupon. Give them like a $10 coupon then.
This one is very
But
salty.
they have no money, and you're giving them a coupon to save
Yeah.
on what? They have no money.
Well, you just said they're hungry, so like if you can afford a coupon...
What are they going to put, ketchup on the coupon?
No, like if you can get like a small coupon of some place that's around their area for them to go, they'll give them
Like redeemable at Arby's or something like that.
yeah.
These people don't have a roof on their head, and you're going to give them a coupon. At least with the blanket, they could cover themselves.
Yeah.
You're saying these people that we get sick of seeing what about the hospital? Who is it that these people that they're supposed to be given to? Is it the Shriners people themselves, or
Okay,
is it,
what's happening is if you make a donation to the Shriners as a thank you for giving you a donation, you get the adorable blanket.
I don't want your blanket. Please.
But it's adorable.
Yeah, it's not adorable. Maybe for you it's adorable, but not me.
Did this kid ever, spit in your milk or something? What's your beef with this guy?
Some of those kinds of people ran into me. They targeted me, and now it's like, I won't say who, but then it's like, get away from me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Well, no. When did this happen? Because I've known you for 30 years. I don't remember this ever happening.
Was it a bunch of guys chase you in these little cars? Or was that a dream?
But
Do they have fezzes on their head?
Aleppo.
you can tell when someone's got a problem, but you don't say nothing. You don't kick a person when they're down, but when they screw around with you a bit, it's like, that's it. Get away from me. Just
Sounds like there's rogue groups of Shriners out there that just aren't doing very good work.
Like the Hells Angels of Shriners?
yeah, that's it. It's like you call yourself a Hell's Angel, but that's it. You're done. I just got through talking earlier. Is one or the other. If you call yourself a Hell's Angel,
Yeah.
forget it. You're done. You're screwed.
I think you have to do more than just call yourself one.
Oh, that's close enough.
So basically, you want to burn the Shriner people?
No, I'm not going to burn anything. You play with fire, you're going to get burned. Someone else is going to burn them, if you know what I mean, eventually.
That kid sent you an autograph photo. Remember that? And you ripped it up.
No one ever sent me no autograph to the...
Yes, we
No,
have it
they-
on air. Yes,
He didn't send me them.
we have the proof. I have it.
We have a signed affidavit, Quincy, that you got an autograph from the Shriners kid. What are you, Frank Pentangeli, all of a sudden down there?
A little bit of this, and Quincy gave me a little bit of that. And I said, yeah.
Well, what about us? We have needs too.
Yeah, but we were supposed to, adorable blanket, you were supposed to send it my way. What happened to my blanket?
He made you an offer you couldn't refuse.
I give him $500, he give me a blessing.
Yeah, right.
I heard what happened was someone, when Frank Pentangeli was getting his adorable blanket, someone tried to choke and go, Quincy Briscoe says hello.
You don't get sick of those commercials, and you don't get. Come on, there's got to be more needs or other kinds of charities besides the Shriners. People,
Well, there are, but, the Shriners got the cake to get out there and put their commercials on the air.
I wouldn't eat their cake. I wouldn't eat their.
Well, Quincy, you went to the Shriners Auditorium
Yeah.
and met people from Jaws 2, and you were very happy that day.
That's because there was no Shriner kids around, probably.
Well, I don't think the kids are Shriners. They are the recipients of the Shriners' generosity.
Maybe that's how come the one time I was over there.
Through the benevolence of the Shriners,
Yeah.
these kids get help.
You know what we're going to have to do now? We're going to have to make a donation to the Shriners in your name.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Someone died. That's another thing. Someone last year, as I recall, right about this time of year, tried to take my name and donate money to them. But,
And you got an autographed picture as a result. See?
but the money never came through because I never donated no money.
But you got that autographed picture.
Yeah, but no money ever went through.
He called you, he said, to Quincy, thanks for the money, chump. Remember?
But I never donated no money.
But he feels he got the upper hand on you. It was him in his little graduation cap and gown.
Yeah, well,
He looked adorable.
Yeah.
you look so homely out there. And, you're just a homely bastard.
You're a mean one.
You know what it is?
Mr. Grinch.
I think I put my finger on it.
What is that?
You're
I
like,
need a drink.
it's like, I kind of feel it too. When these kids, when they first roll them out, no pun intended, they are cute kids.
They're adorable.
But
They're not cute. They're
when they
not
first come out-
adorable. No, they're not.
and then you turn, like a few summers go by, and then the commercial comes on, and you're like, what? And he comes on, he's got that little Inspector, he's got like a little Ricky Bittman stash going there, and his voice dropped down a few octaves. And instead of being, can you help us? He's going, can you send us a donation so I can buy a Playboy book? And like all of a sudden, he's not
Did
interested
you
in
say
teddy
a Playboy book?
bears. I can't believe I just said that.
Do they even sell Playboy books anymore?
So I can buy a Playboy book. We're going to put that on a t-shirt. Can you give me some money so I can buy a Playboy book?
They wouldn't know a Playboy book if they tried to show it to them.
Wow.
Well, I have to say, not to pat myself on the back, but I think this was a great idea. We have to save these either-ors.
Okay.
And I got some notes for next week. We're going to talk about what it takes to become a Hell's Angel, I think we should talk about.
You want no.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Especially
yeah.
this time of year. You don't want to become a Hell's Angel.
Well, you're the only one here on the panel that has a motorcycle.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me a Hell's Angel.
Oh, that's a very good point.
the only
Running
reason why
people off the road, giving them the finger. Is that you?
No.
Oh.
There was another guy in here that used to be here, that
Who?
guy who called himself the Puppet.
He had a tricycle.
He bought the next, he called himself the Puppet.
He had a moped, Quincy. I don't think the
Yeah,
Hells
and
Angels
then-
are going to induct him into that club with a moped.
Yeah, but then he bought an imitation of Harley Davidson, and he almost killed himself. And then this group of mechanics I had lunch with when we were drinking. It's like, and then this kid walked in. It's like, oh, we know all about you. You almost killed yourself. Now, And then he comes up to me, want to go to a bike shop, and try to help me get a bike. So I escort him up to a bike shop that knows me very well. And it's like, what the hell do you think you're doing? We know all about yours truly escorted you up here. You think you're going to buy one of these bikes? You can't afford a bike. You don't know how to drive a bike.
Whoa.
Took one look at you. Why don't you put the helmet on that like he told you to? And he nearly killed himself after he bought himself a bike. And
The puppet.
The puppet.
it's like then he calls himself a magician. I can remember someone saying, "Oh, good, make yourself disappear."
This guy sounds delightful. I mean, he's a magician. He's a puppet. He's rides
He
motorcycles.
thinks he comes in. Oh, I'm going to be a magician, and I can remember someone saying, "Good, then make yourself disappear." He
The old
thinks.
sugar me do.
No. You don't want to be his Hell's Angel. I just got through earlier saying, who do you want, Barabbas or Christ? Because if you become a Hell's Angel, then you get Barabbas. You're a Hell's Angel. But no. Just because I drive a motorcycle, my bikes aren't made for speed. They're just a slow, easy.
That's for true. You get pulled over because you go too slow.
Yeah.
That's because the bike is an automatic. It's not made for speed. When police officers know me, it's like, this is a very ideal time of year to advertise Hell's Angels. And Christ, you know what the difference is, don't you? Hell's Angels. And
Well, he's the reason for the season.
that's right. But I do it. I advertise him all year, not just this time of year. And I was trying
But this
to
is
speak.
his birthday. I mean, you should be really stoked that Christmas is coming.
Yeah, well, I put his name, advertise him like he wants, just like say, do this in remembrance. Well, say his name, it's like,
Say my name.
yeah, so that's what I do. That's an ideal. That's a perfect example right now.
He's all riled up.
He's all right. Why don't you take a sip? Why don't you take a sip of milk,
Yeah, don't mind if I do.
and then we will, then we will wrap the show up.
Yeah.
Wrap the show up, quick.
Wrap the show up,
Yeah.
your comments on this very odd episode. Will be very interesting to watch. As we get the paperwork out, and so thank you for watching. Drive home carefully on this very episode, and remember, we never close. Please drive home carefully, and already the comments are coming through. It's like, are you kidding me?
The ticker tape machine's coming. Ooh.